Settled next to the Willamette River, Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. Coaches like to say, play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Sooners will put total leather and we'll get started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Running back searching for a hole. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10, playoff positioning, all the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The give to the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Ninth play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a third down. Looking to throw it tall. Gets it out fast. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
No thought of trying to kick the 46-yarder. They'll go for it. On 4th down, they'll run it, looking for the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these 4th downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
With jet sweep pass. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. You think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback play, guys that could play up tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norman, Oklahoma.
They're going to run it to the right. Still running at the 40. Open runway ahead. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
I mean, goodness gracious, you could have driven a semi-truck through that hole. Nobody touched him. This was an easy run. This is the easiest 40-plus yard run you will ever see.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll try the run. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oklahoma 7, Oregon 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
325. Lasso.
They'll give it to the back. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
Yes, I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth quarter game.
To the ground with the back. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
They knock him down right there.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Floats it out in space. At the 45 on its way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Got his man in the middle.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Looking to pass. It's Hall. Right down the middle. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's moving out of the pocket. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Oregon.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Hawaii is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Oahu, one of the more majestic places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Utah. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught over the middle. It's fired. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Gets it inside the 10. He's off to the races. Touchdown Sooners! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy...
Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the offense on first down. He'll start this drive firing. Unloads to the wideout. He's open on the right. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Wideout in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially...
It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Big mistake, and listen, I'm still going to force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires deep on the run. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Ducks will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Rivera. Pocket starts to collapse. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. brings this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And come on now, O-line. You've got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
And the Sooners will try to move the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Buying some time. He's going to take off. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Give to the running back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Rides to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Back to pass, it's Hall. Fires to the big fella. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man, they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Takes the easy one to the back. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is.
Fires and picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 40, the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Oklahoma! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
quick strike complete. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Oklahoma 21, Oregon 14.
Trying to pick up a first down. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate.
And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Hall. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Trying to make magic with his feet. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Now on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. He's loose. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Lisa, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the 4th. A fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Looking to throw, it's Rivera. Makes the grab on the left. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line. This offense right on the doorstep. They can grab the lead late as time continues to wind down. Touchdown Sooners! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
What a great game, tied late in the ball game. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score is tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. Fires to the tight end. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Still running at the 35. And he's running in the open. And he scoops out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now is miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
A gutsy call to go for the deuce to try to win the game right here. To the air, it's Hall. It's incomplete, and the try for 2 and the attempt to take the lead does not work in the final seconds. The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play.
Timeout, Oregon.
15 seconds to play, and if they have a last gasp, they have to recover this onside kick. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. This quarterback happy enough to take a knee and head to the locker room, but the defense still does have a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pop.